Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, this is another Nightmare Before Christmas palette review, but it's not either of the ones you guys have already seen from Hot Topic. They released a third one. I'm actually really surprised by this. I was already surprised they released the one that they came out with in October, which was this one, the Wonderful Nightmare palette. And last year, it was this one, the Simply Meant to Be palette. So, I mean, I could understand them doing one each year, but the fact that this one just came out in like October-ish, and then now you have this one, this might have been September, but you know what I mean, really close together. So it surprised me a little, but you guys know I had to pick it up because I'm addicted to purchasing Hot Topic palettes and reviewing them because they're so much fun. So this one is called the Now and Forever eyeshadow palette. You have a little image of Jack and Sally on the front. Super cute. This one's very kind of subtle. And then the shadows, let's see if I can not blind you with the light. This is definitely a neutral palette. And then it has a mirror, and the mirror is shaped like a little potion bottle. This might be a great palette if you are a Nightmare Before Christmas fan and you just don't wear a lot of bright, colorful makeup. You may love this. So I'll show you guys swatches and a look, and you can see how it performs if you are interested in something like this a bit more on the neutral side. So the kind of weird thing is the price of this one. This one originally retails for $18.90. Now, you guys know everything is pretty much always on sale as far as accessories go with Hot Topic, especially if you purchase them online. Right now it's on sale for $13 online, so definitely buy it on sale. But I find that really strange because you're getting a 9-pan eyeshadow palette like this, when this palette right here retailed for $16.90. I don't understand why this one's more expensive. Maybe that means the quality's better? Let's hope. So I would never pay $18 for this. I don't mind $13. I got it for $13, I believe it was. I know they were doing a buy one, get one half off sale this past weekend, so I don't know if that's still going on. But I mean, definitely look for a coupon or something like that. If you haven't already signed up for like the Hot Topic rewards, if you do like this type of their makeup or like some of the clothes that they have, you can rack up points really quickly and get like $5 off your purchases. And all you have to do is give them your phone number that you've attached to your account every time you make a purchase there, and it racks up your points. So definitely do that if you haven't already. So let me go ahead and show you guys the swatches, and then we'll get into the eye look. So we don't have any shade names this time, which is another kind of strange thing because the previous two palettes did have shade names, and I'm looking on the back and everything, and I don't see them here. So I thought that was a little bit weird. I also don't really understand some of the color choices they use, being that this is only a 9-pan palette. I don't really see the need for these three really pale shades that are probably gonna just show up the same on your eye once you use a brush. Same thing with some of these tones over here. Using my finger to really swatch these and make the colors stand out shows you that they're different, but these are the types of colors that when you start using them with a fluffy brush are probably going to look the same. So I can't imagine you're going to be able to get too many different looks out of this palette. I do love this red. I might use that, I haven't quite decided. I mean, I really obviously am drawn to these purple tones. I think you could get a nice little purple smoky eye. Maybe I'll try to incorporate the red just to give it some kind of fun pop. So let's go ahead and get into the eye look. First up is going to be this kind of light peachy shade. I'm just using this to set my primer and kind of add a light bright base. Then into the lightest purple shade, I'm running this through the crease area with kind of a fluffy brush so that it can be a little bit diffused and blown out. And then for the outer corner, I'm really bringing it out a good bit. Then into the darker purple shade, I'm focusing this more on the outer corner, dragging it a little bit under, kind of in a blown out look, and then into the crease, but only halfway. Then I'm mixing the kind of yellowish and red shades together, and I'm placing this on the inner part of the lid with a flat brush, kind of packing it on and bringing it a little bit into the crease area. Then going into the lightest purple shade with that flat brush, I'm focusing this on the center of the lid, really layering it because it is pretty sheer. And then mixing the darkest purple with the lightest gray, and this is going on the outer portion of the lid area. Then using the purple and the mid-tone gray, I'm using this on kind of like a dense blending brush just to really kind of pack this onto that outer portion of the eye. Then with those same two colors, I'm using this to line the lower lash line, focusing it more on the outer half of the lower lash line. And then with a pencil brush, I'm going into that light purple shade and just running that all underneath and kind of really smoking it out a good bit. Then I combined the yellow and red shade again, and I'm just putting that on the inner portion of the lower lash line so it ties into the top.
Then with the lightest kind of yellowish shade, I am adding this to the inner corner. As a highlight, you could leave it here, but I would like a shinier highlight. That's just my opinion. So I'm going into my Be Sweet palette from Bombshell Cosmetica. I am using the shade Sweetie, and I did spray this brush with setting spray, and I'm just really amplifying that inner corner. Then using my black liquid liner from NYX that I recently got, I'm doing a nice wing on both sides. I intended for it to be a little smaller, but you know how things get out of hand with wings. Then I'm using No Shame liner from ColourPop. It's just like a really deep purple shade, and I'm just popping this right in the waterline. Then I'm just adding mascara and lashes off camera, and now onto the lips. I'm using Frog's Breath from the Sally Nightmare Before Christmas collection. I love how bright and fun this color is, and I thought it was just a nice pop with such a soft neutral eye.
Alright guys, this is it. I mean, there's really not much to this palette. I would say this is very comparable to a drugstore palette, maybe a little bit worse. I mean, the shadows themselves weren't bad to blend, but they are just like I thought they were going to be. They're very sheer. They kind of blend together and turn into the same color. They just needed a little bit of different color variation if you ask me. You can tell though, when you throw on a wing and some lashes or mascara, if your lashes curl better than mine, it does kind of amp up the look and pull it all together. So this is a really pretty, just very natural everyday type of look. And I think this palette could be good for that if you don't like to wear a lot of really crazy bold makeup, but you like Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe none of the previous palettes spoke to you. So this is maybe for you. Maybe that's why they did this palette and made it such a neutral, just matte kind of sheer-ish palette, was for people that didn't want to wear bright, colorful makeup. So, I mean, it's pretty. The look I got is really soft and like kind of romantic if you ask me. And I do like the way it looks once you throw the wing on there. And of course it does give you the opportunity to rock a fun lip. And I absolutely still love this color from their little Sally collection. This one was Frog's Breath. I love this color, it's so much fun. So I'm glad that I was able to throw that on here. I've thought about doing a second look, maybe trying to bring in some other shades, but quite honestly, I don't know if you can see it, but this eye right here is watering like crazy. My eye feels like it's twitching. It's really obnoxious. So I think I'm just gonna take this makeup off. Honestly, I think I might be allergic to that NYX liner. This is probably only the third time that I've tried it, and all 3 times my right eye has started to water. So I might need to take that as a sign and just buy a different type of liner, because I think maybe that liner is not for me. But yeah, I at least wanted to show you guys how the shadows performed. I think you could definitely mix this palette with something else. You know, you can get this kind of really nice, beautiful neutral base, and then maybe throw a glitter on the lid if you wanted to, or just use it as a nice neutral eye so that you can do a fun pop on the lip. So there are still ways to work this palette. I don't think it's completely a horrible palette because, like I said, the shadow qualities weren't bad. It's just there needed to be a little bit more color variation to justify the 9 shades, and I still do not agree with the original $18 price tag, so definitely don't pay that much. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.